Sometimes we may get confused whether we are to use the word who or we are to use whom. Sometimes we may also get confused in whose or who is. So let us understand each and every term one by one. Who is used to refer to the subject of a sentence. For example, who ate all the apples? Who left the door open? If you can replace the word with he or she, I or they, we should use the word who. For example, he ate, if the answer is he ate all the apples, they ate all the apples, he left the door open, I left the door open, then in that case, we are to use the word who. But if you can replace it with him, her, me, or them, we are to use the word whom. Whom replaces the object of the sentence. Who, whom, let us see whom. Whom is usually used to describe someone who is receiving something. To whom was the letter addressed? The letter was addressed to him or her, or the letter was addressed to me, or the letter was addressed to them. Whom can also be used to describe someone on the receiving end of an action. Whom did we hire to join the marketing team? We hired him or her or them. We hired them to join the marketing team. Whose is used to assign ownership to someone. Whose pen is that? That is, who is the owner of this pen? Who is the contraction of who is or who has. Who is driving that car? Who has won the match? As there may be problem if we use the word who is, as it may mean who is or who has. So it is suggested that we should write not in contraction but properly, so that the other person who may not be well conversant with the rules. For example, if you write who is driving the car, the other person may think who has driving the car, but actually you are saying who is. So if you deem fit, you may write properly who is properly or who has won the match. The rest, it is your choice. Then into versus into. Into, it is right, has been written collectively, indicates there is some sort of motion or action. For example, he came into the room. The agreement goes into effect from on December 1. Into is used in a lot of situations. When in is a part of the verb phrase, then you should keep in and to as two separate words. The administrator did not give in to the demands of the protesters. She came in to warm her hands and feet. The lifeguard jumped in to save the boy from drowning. So we must understand where we are to use into or where we should use in to. There is also a difference between the word lose or lose. Though in speaking, both these words may resemble the same, but both these words have different meanings. Loss means to fail to win or misplace. For example, do not lose your bag. Scandals have Scandals cause politicians to lose votes. Loose means to not tight. She is wearing a loose dress. One of the screws is loose. Then there may be problem whether we are to use the word then or then. Though in speaking both these words resemble the same, both these words have quite different meanings. Then is used to indicate comparison. Actions speak louder than words. Nothing is more important than health. This word is, this flower is more beautiful than any other flower in this garden. Here then is used to make comparisons. He is taller than I am. Then THEN means at that time or after that. We were in the same class then. I was in USA then. At that time. First thing and then speak. That is first thing and speak after that. Sometimes we have to make use of the introductory commas at the beginning of a sentence. For example, in the beginning, here it is introductory comma. I had no idea how to write a letter. In those days, this is introductory comma. It was common to write letters. The other day, I met an old friend. Next, sometimes we use words like shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda sounds like a shortened version of should have. Coulda means short version of could have. For example, I should have taken a shorter route. So instead of saying shoulda, woulda, coulda, we should preferably say should have, would have, could have, and should not use the words shoulda, coulda, woulda. Possessive nouns. In most cases, a possessive noun is formed by adding an apostrophe plus s to the noun. But where to put that apostrophe can be confusing. We may follow some general rules in this regard. To make plural noun ending in s possessive, add an apostrophe. For example, the dog's bones. Dogs are plurals. Here, to make it possessive, we can use apostrophe. The bones relate to dogs. The dogs are in plural. Here, we will not write apostrophe s. We will simply add apostrophe. To make singular noun ending in s possessive, that is, we are to make a noun possessive which is singular, we have to only add apostrophe. Here s is already there. Dress is singular. It may be a person's dress, it may be my dress, it may be your dress. Dress blue color, that is the color of the dress is blue. So here we have not written s after apostrophe, we have simply added apostrophe. Stephen Jones' car. Stephen Jones is the name of a single person. But as it ends with S, name ends with S, we have simply added apostrophe to make it possessive noun. To make plural noun not ending in S possessive, add an apostrophe plus S. Here you will see children is a plural noun. Child, children. That is more than one children. Here, when we want to make this noun possessive, we are adding apostrophe s as the noun does not end in s. Next, to make singular noun not ending with s possessive, add an apostrophe plus s. Joseph's shoes. Next, missing comma in a compound sentence. A compound sentence expresses two complete and related ideas, and it usually includes a conjunction to connect these two parts. There should be a comma before the conjunction to indicate that the two ideas are related. And but, or, and, or are the most common coordinating conjunctions. Ankit went to bazaar and Riya went with him. Here we are to use comma. Next, mixing up spellings. There are some verbs that sound the same but have different spellings, different meanings. If we mix up these spellings, it can be a humiliating mistake. For example, if we say it is too hot today, whether we should use the word TO or TOO. Let us see. To is one of the most common words in English. It has a variety of functions. To refers to a destination, recipient, action. It can also be used for identifying relationships. He went to the garden. Garden is the destination. I sent an email to Ramesh. Ramesh is recipient. I am going to get a cup of tea. Here action is involved. Tracy is married to Joy. This is relationship. To means also or as well. Or in addition, or it may also mean excessively. It is too hot outside. That is, it is excessively hot outside. She too is a vegetarian. She too is vegetarian. Here too means also. She also is a vegetarian. I carried my suitcase and a briefcase too. Here too means in addition or as well. When we are talking about TWO2, it means when, that is, we are counting something 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 2 days to fix this problem. I have 2 cars. Sometimes when we use the word weather, it may be resemble the same by when we are speaking the same word. Weather is too hot, weather is too good. But when we write the same, we may get confused whether we are to use this weather or this weather. Let us understand the same. Weather means expressing a doubt or choice between alternatives. I do not know whether to go out or stay at home. He does not know whether his friend is there or not. I have not decided whether to go or stay. Whether we will succeed or fail, we must try. This weather, WEATHER, means the state of the atmosphere at a particular place and time as regards heat, cloudiness, dryness, sunshine, wind, rain, etc. That is the atmosphere at a particular place. For example, we are expecting a bad weather. That is, the atmosphere may be bad. The weather is lovely, beautiful. There was a sudden change in the weather, in the atmosphere. We must also understand the difference between there and there. These two words are easily mixed up. There is a pronoun which shows possession. This there indicates a place. Let us see example. Their father went to the shop. Here this word is wrong. There has to be written as this. Their father went to the shop. Their car was destroyed in the accident. Examples of there are many books on the table. There is an elephant in the zoo. Sometimes we mix up the similar words. When we speak the same, they sound similar. But when we write the same, they have different spellings. They have different meanings. Let us discuss the few of them. Affect versus effect. Affect. Affect is usually a verb and means to influence or produce a change in something. The medicine will affect your headache for at least an hour. The cyclone has affected lakhs of people. Effect is, which is starts with E, is not to be used as a verb the way affect is used. Effect is usually a noun. It means consequence or outcome. When you are talking about the change itself, we will use the word effect. The timely rain had a good effect on his field. The effects of cyclone were devastating. Your versus your. We must understand where we should use the word your and where we should use you are. Your shows possession, whereas you are is the short form of you are. Example of your is what is your name? Your birthday is coming soon. Examples of you are you are very beautiful. I think you are the perfect match for the job. Sometimes some people use that is and for example interchangeably. Both these terms are different. We should not mix the same. Each term means different. I.e. that means in other words. That is used to clarify something. E.g. means example given or for example. E dot G dot is used to add color to a story. For example, if I say I am a vegan, that is I do not eat any animal based products. Here we are clarifying the word vegan. Next, all the employees will receive the standard discount, that is 20%. Here we are clarifying the extent of discount which will be given to all the employees. In case of, for example, I do not like Japanese food, for example, ramen. Here we are giving the example of a Japanese food which we do not like. Next, there may be some mistakes in writing numbers. Numbers are generally written out if they are one or two words, or expressed in figures if they are three words or more. It is important to be consistent with either words or figures. We should write the words in figures or in words. Here you can see that the same has been written in either figures or words. Here you will see that all these figures have been written in figures, all these words. So we should be consistent either with the figures or with the words. Here you will see 67,500, 67,500. Either you can write the same as 67,000 properly, or you should write the same in figures properly or in words. Next, use correct verb for the entire correspondence. Sometimes we do make mistake in while we write a sentence. For example, we went to the market, we will purchase a mobile phone. We are talking about the past. So the correct will be we went to the market, we purchased a mobile phone, or we went to the market and purchased a mobile phone. So we have to make use of the verb as it has been used in the first tense, past of the tense. Sometimes we use unnecessary commas when we are writing a sentence. We may not need them. For example, Rihanna and Amin went to bazaar yesterday to purchase a television. Here you will see we have added commas after Amin and after yesterday. There is no need of the same. The correct word will sentence will be Rihanna and Amin went to bazaar yesterday to purchase a television. There is no need of any comma. Rihanna and Amin went to bazaar yesterday is an independent class. It can stand alone. That is, if you write the word a sentence only up to yesterday, it will be proper. It is an independence class. Here, to is a proposition that starts a subordinate class. This is a subordinate class, meaning a class that cannot stand alone as a sentence but adds more information to an independent class. So, there is no need to add comma in such type of sentences. Next, no clear antecedent. An antecedent is a word that comes before a noun and helps the reader to understand what the pronoun means. Normally, we can clear this confusion by rearranging the words. For example, she found the toy and she was happy. So correct will be she was happy when she found the toy. Sometimes we end the sentence in a proposition. A proposition indicates that another word will follow it. In casual conversation, when we are really talking to someone, this type of error is common. That is, we may end our sentence in preposition when we are talking with someone verbally. But we should avoid this type of mistake when we are conveying our ideas, views in written communication. Incorrect. What reason did he go there for? For is a preposition. We should not end the sentence with preposition. Correct will be for what reason did he go there? Where is my pen at? At is a preposition. Correct sentence is where is my pen? There is no need of the preposition at. There are hundreds of prepositions in English grammar. Prepositions show the relationship of a noun or a pronoun to another word. Examples of prepositions are in, on, at, above, for, from, up, with, etc. Prepositions must always be followed by a noun or pronoun. For example, the bone was for the dog. I swim in the lake. Lake. 17th, very long sentences. Sometimes when we are talking or writing something, we use very long sentences. It will be proper if we use short sentences which convey our feelings or ideas in a proper manner. Long sentences may confuse the reader. If you find a very long sentence, we should always try to eliminate some words or breaking the long sentence into some small sentences. We can also replace wordy phrases with single words. Single word. Simplify your sentence. For example, it is hard to find a good job at the present time. In place of at the present time, we can use the word now. It is hard to find a good job now. In place of at the present time, we have used the word now. He wears a watch which is made of gold. Revised sentence which will be proper is he wears a gold watch. Next, sometimes we get confused whether we should use the word well or good in a sentence. Generally, well is an adverb, good is an adjective. Good as an adjective is used to describe something that is better than average. He is a good writer, that is above average. He is better than average person, average writer. He speaks good English. You did a good job, that is better than average person. The food tastes good. Do not use good with action verbs. He is doing good in English. This is incorrect. Do is a action. So the correct verb, correct sentence will be he is doing well in English. When we are talking about health, always use the word well. The word well may also mean thoroughly or to a great extent. Examples are I do not feel well today. I hope all is well at home. The students performed well today. We know each other well. If someone is asking about your physical health, then we should use the word well in case of physical health. For example, I do not feel well today. If someone is asking about your emotional state, emotions, then an example may be I feel good. Sometimes we may get confused where to use peak or peak. We may make mistake. These words when we speak are exactly some like the same, but these words have different meanings. Let us discuss one by one. Peak has two letters of the same word E, just like the word I. In case of peak, there are two E's. In case of I, there are also two E's. This can remind you that peak is something you do with your eyes. That is, this word has some relation with your eyes. Peek means to look at something quickly or in a secretive manner. For example, I took a peek at the list. That is, I go through the list very quickly or in a very secretive manner. Then peak, P-E-A-K. Peak means at the highest level, at the point of highest achievement, or the pointed top of a mountain, etc. Most athletes reach their peak. Here, peak means at highest achievement. Most athletes reach their peak in their mid 20s. Traffic reaches its peak. Here, peak means at the highest level. Reaches its peak between 8 and 9 in the morning. Next, it is very difficult to reach the peak of Mount Everest. Here, peak means pointed top of a mountain. Next, this peak means to hurt the feelings, to irritate, annoy, or to cause curiosity or interest. It picked her when no one invited her to party. That is, it hurted her feelings or irritated her. Publishers use book blurbs to pick the curiosity of readers. That is, to create the interest of the readers, they use book blurbs. That is the some short story about what the book is about. As you will see in movies, you see some short form. I heard something that piqued my interest. Here it means to arouse curiosity. Who versus that? Who should be used when we are referring to people, when we are talking about people? That may refer to people, animals, objects, or things. But the word who is preferred when referring to people. That is, when we are talking about people, we should use the word who, preferably. Do not use that for people in formal writing. Formal means business communication or for writing purpose. He is a person who likes ice cream. God helps those who help themselves. That is used for things, animals, objects. Her computer is the one that overheats all the time. I want a car that accelerates quickly. Now we must also understand the difference between a lot or a lot. Though in speaking both the words resemble the same, there is difference in their meaning as well as in spellings. A lot means in a large quantity of a something. Thanks a lot for the drink. The farmer grows a lot of paddy. A lot means to give some share of something for a particular purpose. For example, each student was allotted 2 minutes to ask the question. Each Indian was allotted a parcel of land. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.